Learning in and from nature forms the basis of the King's Foundation's education programmes. We demonstrate that learning doesn't need to be divided into distinct subjects and disciplines. Nature connects everything in our world.
We've got these kind of 5 pointed petals on some of your flowers. So we see the same patterns in space in our planets that we see in flowers, that we see in fruits and vegetables that we eat. In fact, most fruits and vegetables, if you cut them open, you can still see the original flower shape inside. These kind of shapes are not shapes that we just see in flowers, they're shapes that we see in lots of different things in nature, okay? All the way from the biggest things in our universe right down to the smallest.
As you go out into nature, you'll start to notice all these amazing patterns. Observe these patterns and start to see how they relate to you. When we really look at the patterns and the geometry of nature, we appreciate this extraordinary beauty which is all around us and in us. But of course it's more than that. We're also asking to learn from nature. What is nature teaching us?
Thomas, look!
We see how nature is cyclical, and that is a model for a sustainable system. We see how nature is diverse, and that enables it to be resilient. We see how it is connected. Everything is connected.
His Majesty King Charles III has long believed that the true purpose of education is not only to prepare us for work, but to prepare us for life. To help us see the world and our place within it, through the lens of harmony.
This idea of harmony, in many ways, it's something we're born with, but we lose as we get older. When young learners come through this journey for us, there's this real sense that this approach speaks to them as individuals, as communities, as industries. We have the ability to implement this into practice, and we have the ability to create that systemic change that is needed in these areas. Harmony isn't simply our guiding philosophy, it is also our vision of the future. It plays out in how we design and teach within our educational programs. It plays out in how we think about and implement our built environment projects or our heritage projects or our community projects, about how we learn in the landscape and learn from the landscape.
We're calling this a chiral pattern, so it has mirror symmetry.
At the King's Foundation's School of Traditional Arts, students learn to see the world through the patterns and proportions that shape nature itself. These ancient principles, once used to guide art, architecture and craft across civilizations, reveal a deeper order connecting all living things. This is known as sacred geometry.
It all has symbolic meaning.
But this way of learning is not limited to the arts. At the King's Foundation's headquarters, Dumfries House, we have a range of education centres that work together to teach the values of harmony. Whether that be in gardens and workshops, in kitchens and studios, anywhere that people learn by doing, by creating, and by caring for the world around them. Because every skill, from growing food to shaping stone, can teach us how to live in balance with nature and with each other.
I feel as though here they give you a mindset shift to think about every decision that you're making, who and kind of what environment it's going to affect, if it's really necessary, how much of the natural world you can incorporate within your work.
It is fundamentally important to learn from the knowledge of the past, to learn from the traditional skills, materials, all of these areas, but it's not for the sake of looking backwards. It's understanding that these approaches, this mindset, these skills have a direct contemporary relevance to how we build and create our communities, whether that is in the traditional arts, the fine arts, the crafts, whether that's exploring the fundamental underpinning principles of sacred geometry. A lot of these skills, a lot of these traditions are at risk of being lost.
Across the world, the King's Foundation works with local partners and small charities to revive and sustain traditional skills, not only keeping them alive, but showing how they can help shape a more sustainable future. In every place, the work becomes a shared exchange of knowledge, a continuous act of learning, and teaching what it truly means to live in harmony with the world around us.
What I think is beautiful is that these principles of harmony are universal principles. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, people will understand them, they'll get them, and then they'll start to work with them. So what we're trying to do now is to get different countries, different jurisdictions to really look at how this message of harmony can feed through, filter through all the learning.